these for you. 1 second. I'll send it to you.
Oh, me too. Ooh. Which side?
Wherever you're comfortable, Mr. Chelios.
I'm gonna go with the one that's 2 chairs, so you can go on the other side. Looks better.
Okay, okay. Perfect. There's a little microphone in there for you.
Exactly.
You okay if we record this?
Go ahead. Did you state any name, something like that?
Let me see. Wait 1 second.
Okay.
I don't know if I can use this or not. There we go, there we go. Mr. Chelios, is that how you pronounce your name?
Yes, ma'am.
What's your first name, Mr. Chelios?
Jarl. Jarl.
See, I was gonna pronounce it correctly. Jarl. Jarl Chelios. Just to remind you, sir, you do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say or do can and will be used against you in a court of law. You also have the right to an attorney. Have that attorney present during any and all questioning. If you cannot afford one, sir, one can be appointed to you free of charge by the state if it is available. Do you understand those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you consenting to answering a few questions without a lawyer present?
Depends what the questions is about.
Depends on what the questions is about. Okay, well, let me see what I have here.
Go ahead.
Got some notes written up.
Notes.
It's on this clipboard I happen to have on my person, Mr. Jarl Chelios. By the way, I'm Officer Kelly Price, Los Santos Police Department Board Certified Trademark. Let me see, what do I have here? Where should we start? Oh, here we go. On the 13th of June. What's that? You're involved in an officer-involved shooting incident. Do you recall that?
Any what?
It was an officer-involved shooting.
I can't recall it. You have to remind me if I did.
Right, let me see. Oh. Alright, give me 1 second. It's so hard for me to look at the MDT and talk at the same time. I want you to be able to hear all my questions.
Of course, makes sense.
I believe some officers were looking for one of your associates.
Okay.
There was a business individual located there that had a warrant, refused to identify themselves. It was down at the docks. Drove to the docks to assist the individual on a bike to flee, which resulted in an eruption of gunfire. Do you recall that? I believe you pled no contest and served 280 months for that.
Yes, I did serve that time.
You did. You were found in possession of a firearm there. It was an endurance pistol registered to you. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Okay. How long have you had that pistol for?
I can't remember.
Can't remember.
No.
Okay. See, there was Evangelico's robbery you also engaged in a day before on the 12th. You got arrested for that one as well. Recall robbing Evangelico's on the 12th?
If I was arrested for it and I pled guilty to it, then I should tell you.
Okay. Well, my question is about that firearm. There was a firearm documented. It was an endurance pistol.
Right.
Was that your pistol?
It was mine. Yeah.
And did the officers give that weapon back to you?
On that day?
Yeah.
I think so. I'm not too sure. You have to ask them if they can recall it, 'cause I generally can't.
Oh, it was an endurance pistol. Is it your preferred weapon, sir?
What do you mean by that?
Well, I mean, you were arrested with the endurance pistol on the 13th. You had it on the 12th.
Hmm. You never know what's gonna happen in the city. You always need to bring a gun with you wherever you go, realistically, right?
That is true. That
There's
is
a lot
true.
of people, right, that will rob you and do a lot of other stuff. So you gotta be, you know,
I respect that. I respect that. Unfortunately for you, I don't believe you have a firearms license anymore.
that is true.
It's unfortunate. So how do you manage that? How do you handle that, not having a firearms license and trying to protect yourself?
Use what I can use, I guess.
So here's my question for you. I'm just trying to figure out what my officers have, you know, what's going on. So on the 12th, after the Vangelicos robbery, is that the same firearm that you used on the 13th that was given back to you from the 12th?
Yes.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Mr. Chelios, here's my next question. Have you ever given your guns to anybody else? Not anybody else to like
I'm not given it. I've been stolen from, yes.
Stolen from you? Have your friends ever stolen weapons from you?
Nope. Not as far as I know.
No, you don't have like a place where you just put all your guns and are like, hey boys, if you need a blicky, here you go.
Nah.
No, okay. So you keep those to yourself.
Yeah, usually I do, yeah.
You still have a physical. How are you getting more guns, or is these old guns you've had? I don't know when you lost your weapons license.
Well, you know. I think some of them was one I had before.
Okay, okay. So a follow-up question. I guess it's not even a follow-up because it's completely unrelated. Why are you guys so upset about Tarquin McFall? What's that all about?
I think you should know why.
No, I actually have no idea. I have no idea about any of that.
You don't?
Mm-mm.
Don't you think some of your other officers would know why?
I mean, they might, but I'm asking you. Maybe you could help me figure it out.
We made it really clear to you guys why we were mad. I think that's enough.
I made it. Well, I mean, could you make it clear to me? That way I don't upset you. I don't like to upset people.
Sure. So there was a attempted prison break. I can't remember exactly when. Right. There was negotiations going on, right? You guys broke them. You guys instantly, as soon as they came out that door, you shot them.
Oh. I think I was there actually for that. It was really unfortunate. It was like a miscommunication. I was going in through the visitation area and shots were being blasted. I didn't see what happened. Sorry if that upset you. So sorry about that. I apologize on at least for me for that incident. However, like I understand you're upset, but this not really the best way to go about it. You know, hunting down officers and shooting them.
We've tried to talk, but you guys don't want to talk to us.
Well, that's probably because of your history as a group of talking with guns.
Having a conversation doesn't have to involve guns.
Well, there was not too long after that, there was, you know, some associates of yours who went up to a rooftop and was like, I'm totally going to put my hands up and surrender. And then as soon as officers got there, they decided to start shooting. So, you know, that doesn't really Doesn't really put a positive light on your willingness to communicate.
See, I get that, right? But I cannot control what the others do in the gang. I can only
You
control what
can
I do.
control what you do, yes.
So
So,
if they did that, that's under my control.
okay, okay. Well, I have another question, maybe about something that was under your control.
Okay.
Let me see. I got it. Oh, the 10th. The 10th. You had a very busy week that week.
Did I?
Very busy. Yeah, very busy week. On the 10th of June, one of my officers got shot down by a bunch of people wearing vests that said TANs on them.
Alright.
Do you know anything about that, Mr. Chelios?
No, because we're a large group. A lot of people
We're
wear
a large
TANs
group.
vests.
A lot of people wear. That is true. That is true. That is true. But there's probably not a lot of them that go around with your gun. I mean, you just said I don't give my guns to my friends. My friends don't have access to my guns. You literally just told me that. And so my question is then, sir, why is your gun being used to shoot down one of my officers surrounding him saying, oh, this is for Tarquin McFall?
The Ballers posted their photo shoot outside of RPD on
Could
Twitter.
have, you know, stolen it. For
Oh,
as
you
I
got.
know. They know where
I
I
feel like
stole
I
my gun
asked.
at.
Did I not ask him that question already?
You did.
I did.
Yeah.
Five
It's
oh six
separate.
plus one. We're gonna be in a Navy.
If I
with
did
a
All of a
know
sudden
where
now, you don't know where you keep your guns. Interestingly enough, Mr. Chelios, though, you were in possession of that firearm, documented 2 times. First on the 12th, after the Evangelico's robbery was registered to you, they so kindly and graciously gave it back to you. And then on the 13th, you were arrested with it again for shooting officers.
Right, but that's separate from the 10th. They could have easily gotten my gun if they know where I store it. How can I know if they would have used it in those kind of actions if I don't have it in my possession at current time?
Oh, well, because I specifically asked you before, sir. And
Yeah,
you let
but
your
I
friends borrow your
always-
guns? You have anywhere, your friends can access it? Hey, bro, you want one of my guns? There you go. He said no to that. Do you recall that?
I do, yes.
I recall that too, sir.
907 main, is anyone available to assist Lexi in that
Yeah,
lady?
but,
I
you know,
feel
when
like
you
you're
get to
changing
sleep-
your mind, Mr. Chelios.
I'm trying to make you understand.
You're trying to make me.
I
I'm.
usually,
Oh.
no, I'll tell you. I usually have it on me, right? They don't
Oh,
have
you usually
access.
have it on you. You don't have
But they
access.
know-
Oh,
they
but
know
this
where-
one instance, though, this one instance in time where you didn't have it on your person, but then you got it back. Where'd you get it back from, Mr. Chelios?
241
I'll tell
second.
you that.
Oh, why would you tell me that? Because you don't want to go to jail for attempted first-degree murder of a law enforcement officer.
Hey, Ephraim.
Or maybe you do.
Hey, Ephraim.
You can think whatever you feel like.
I can think what I feel like.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Chelios,
additional second
I don't
round,
ask
311.
questions that I don't already know the answer to, sir.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm pretty
Then
sure.
why would you have this interview if you're
Just
unsure
keep
about
on
it?
Sec 3.
Or would I have a what?
Why would you do all of this if you're unsure about all the decisions you know?
Oh, why? Because I like
wouldn't
people
make any
to
sense.
answer for themselves and
Mm.
confirm what I already know. I appreciate your time, sir.
So yeah, okay.
Do you have any questions for
Hey, can
me?
you look and see if we have any detectives on duty?
Not any kind of related things to this, no.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much for your time, Mr. Chelios. And we can take it to the seal.
Okay.
I'm on scene.
After
I don't
me,
see anyone
sir.
around here. You looking for the injured person? If you could also route EMS up here if they're not already.
Hey, there's 3. I'll try and call one on time.
Alright, let's go put him over here. A little bit out of the way.
252, I need detectives available.
You got, yeah.
All right.
I see
I'm
you
just
got
gonna
it.
double
Mr.
check and see
Chaos,
the move, and I'm
your
gonna search you one
suspect
more
is
time.
ready.